So I don't care what anybody says. But this guy is the man. That's why they're so afraid of him. That's why they have to make sure that he means nothing. Here on NBC, he's willing to go to these crappy freaking news stations, right? Interviewed by this idiot. He puts himself in the lion's den, no problem. That's why they're so afraid of him. Because he destroys them every freaking time.
Mr. Ramaswamy, thank you for joining us for the NBC News Des Moines Register interview series, Closing Arguments.
Let me translate that for you. Mr. Ramaswamy, we're about to set you up to make sure that you look as bad as we can possibly make you look in the next whatever the hell minutes you're going to be in this interview.
When they've eliminated Donald Trump from the ballots in places like Maine and potentially even in Colorado, I was the clearest and first and only one still to state that I would remove myself from those ballots. And I think that many people here appreciate that, but whether or not they appreciate it, that's the right thing to do. To say that if there's going to be election interference, not going through a legal process or otherwise, just one individual in a state like Maine deciding, waking up on a given day and saying that Donald Trump's going to be removed from the ballot, that's the wrong thing for our country.
It's the wrong thing for our country, and we should not stand for it. Bottom line.
Look, I'm not a political analyst. I'm a candidate for U.S. president.
But you see the same numbers we do.
Well, I'm in this about taking that process really seriously.
Isn't that incredible to start seeing elections like a job interview? That's why you want to have a businessman like Vivek, like Trump, because it is a job interview to the most important job of the free world.
Not me. I would rather share my true convictions and lose this race than to win by playing that political snake.
I'd rather lose this race by portraying my true convictions. We need more of that.
I prefer to.
Right now we're focused on the gun.
Well, where I think they need to be focused is on the essence.
But right now, on the gun charges, would you consider?
Well, right now, let's just agree with me on this one. I just want to get this one clickbait, this one talking point.
Needs to be sells off our foreign policy to make their family wealthy. That's wrong, no matter who.
There's no question about that. You know that. We all know that. Even the people watching this stupid-ass show know that.
That's basics.
I want to ask again about Donald Trump. You said recently at a campaign stop that the left won't let Donald Trump get anywhere near the White House. What did you mean by that?
I don't know, if I say the left or I said that I believe the system is making crystal clear by the day that they will not let this man, by hell or high water, get anywhere near the White House.
That is 100%.
They're making it increasingly clear.
That is 100%. That's what makes this guy different.
To stop him from getting close.
That's what makes this guy different.
So are you running expecting that he won't be in the race in November?
I have deep concerns as an American that this system is going
to take him out of contention. This lady has no energy. So are you running expecting that he won't be on the race by November?
When they removed him
no energy. Drink some milk, do some exercise, something. NBC just picked the two worst interviewers for this. Do they just not care? They picked the worst for this interview?
Colorado and Maine because they won't put him on the ballot. Why not then go further and make the ultimate statement and pull out of the race if you think that it's rigged?
So everything I'm doing is how am I having a maximum positive impact on our country? But I think that I will refuse to be a bystander watching this to be narrowed down to a two-horse race where I believe they have a clear plan and intention of removing Donald Trump, eliminating him.
See that right there? I believe they have a clear plan and intention of removing Donald Trump.
Responsibility to our America first.
He would benefit
I think it's my
from that.
Responsibility to our country.
Why is he not endorsing, encouraging that? Because he's a true American. More American than many of you who were born here. Period.
About this country. And I expect that I will be the next president of the United States. I don't expect that the task of uniting.
There's a good chance that you won't be, Vivek, unfortunately. But
that's why I'm in this.
Boy.
I think in many ways, this managerial class in the swamp, they duped Donald Trump. They told him you couldn't fire 75% of the federal bureaucrats
Donald Trump
because of civil service protections.
I've been saying that for a while. Actually, towards the very beginning.
Of a mass firing. Same thing from
even when he did the document releases of the Kennedy thing and the alien thing and all that crap, when he decided at the last minute to not disclose something, they got him.
But you know that when you say these things, you know when you bring up the Gretchen Whitmer thing, you know.
And look at the one on the left.
January 6th being an inside job. Yes, 80% of what you talk about might be
that third collar suit.
Hit those issues that's going to take over the news cycle.
I
You know how it
I don't
works.
think it should. I'm speaking the truth,
But
as it
you're
does
a smart
evenly
guy. You
across
know
the
how
board.
it works. Are you using that to get attention as you've been
To the
slumping in the
contrary,
polls?
to the
So if
narrative.
it's not a priority
truth
for
is the
voters,
answer.
why are you so focused on it?
Because truth is a priority for me. Will you denounce white supremacy? We live in a moment
Will you
where,
denounce white supremacy?
Don't forget, a lot of the left has defined white supremacy to include things like punctuality or the written word.
That's
Just
true.
As of a couple
Math.
of years ago, even many in the DEI
Math
Academy
is white
academia
supremacy.
and otherwise have said concepts like this are
You guys
vestiges
let
of
all
white
this
supremacy.
stuff happen to you guys.
These words have
It's
ceased
crazy to
to
me.
mean anything. And so if somebody wants to define white supremacy for me, then we can actually have a
You need to
serious
take your country
conversation
back.
about it. But until then, I think a lot of this is actually a charade.
When you are depending on the minority like myself, like Vivek, when you're depending on minorities
I believe as a patriot,
to
I'm
defend
proud
your
of that
country,
endorsement. I'm not afraid
to make
of
sure that it
and I
doesn't
think
get
that will
taken
make a
from
difference in
you,
a lot of the
because
other
in
Let's
turn it'll be
talk
taken
about
from them, it'll be taken
white
from me.
supremacy and what happened last night for a moment, because when you were talking to
That's a
reporters
problem.
last night, you called white
I'm from the
supremacy
Dominican
from
Republic.
Do you believe
If
punctuality
you discriminate
is
against
a
me
vestige
or
of
me
white
against
supremacy,
you,
Dasha?
that's wrong.
Look,
Or the nuclear family. These aren't my words. These are the words of intellectual proponents from
The
Ibram
nuclear
Kendi
family
to
is
the Ayanna
also
Presleys to BLM,
white supremacy.
That it said these are vestiges of white supremacy. So
What a
this is
stupid
and yet
reporter.
You have examples like the
Federal law
Buffalo
enforcement's
shooter
data.
in New York just in
Cherry-picked.
2022.
You have other
But you are
examples.
also cherry picking when you bring up Justice
So I'll look at all of
Look
the
how
statistics.
desperate she
Black on
is.
black crime. If you really care
She's
about
so
crime
upset.
against black
Look how
people, let's
unhinged
get to the root
she
causes
is.
of it in the inner city.
I want to move us on. We're nearly out of time. Let's do a couple of really quick questions
Sure.
as a lightning round to clear this out.
Lightning round.
You proposed major changes to the national election system. Do you have faith in Iowa's caucus process, and will you accept the results?
Look, I would love to accept the results if this is fairly conducted, as I expect and hope that it will be. But I do think at the national electoral system, we need single-day voting on Election Day as a national holiday with paper ballots, government-issued ID to match the voter file, and English as the sole language on a ballot.
Single day
That's it.
voting as a
That's
national
not how
holiday.
The national election is
That's
going
not
to be
good for
conducted in
any
November,
Democrat.
Though. Would you accept a Biden victory in November if that's how things go? And is it
Oh,
time
here we
That's
go.
how things are going to go. First
But
of
if
all.
that's how it goes, would you accept it?
If that's how it goes through a free and fair election system, then obviously I will accept the results of an electoral
There
process.
you go. That's
But
it.
What I will tell you this is, we need an electoral process we can trust
Yes.
and believe in. And so that if we're
But
going to see
you're-
that,
but
Even getting to
yes,
that
in the
point.
phase,
So are you saying
I
the
want
way
to deal
things
with
are
that.
right now, if
I
Biden
want to
wins,
deal
you
with
wouldn't
that.
accept it?
I want to deal with the issues
Listen
that
to
we have
this
right in front of
idiot.
us.
You see what I
We
mean?
have major
Listen to
Can't
this
give a direct
idiot.
answer on that right now.
Listen,
Whoever wins
what
the
a
election through a fair
stupid
process,
reporter this
I will
woman.
accept that result. Lesson number 2,
If
you tell people they cannot speak, that's when they scream.
January 6th never
If you
happened,
tell people they cannot scream, that's when they tear
what
things
would they
down.
have against Trump
Systematic
today?
censorship.
On him, because I truly believe that it's no longer about the Democratic Party winning, it's about Trump not winning. They're willing to have a Nikki Haley. They're willing to have a Nikki Haley win if Trump is able to run in a clear, free, and honest election. I mean, I felt like I just bit my tongue in every single one of those words. This guy's is not going to win. But for me, I'm not upset about any of this election stuff. I'm upset about how the American people are bending over and taking it like nothing. You guys are not upset. I am from the Dominican Republic. Vivek is whatever the hell he's from. Why are we more upset than you? Your country's being taken from you and you're doing nothing about it. Pathetic, man.